Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. What's going on to each and every one? Hope you've had a blessed week. Everything's going good with you, man. It's been these past 2 weeks has been, oh man, it has been tough for your boy Scoob, man. Trying to run the road, then when I get home, I got stuff around the house I got to do, man. Man, fix this, fix that. Cars breaking down, man. Oh man, my weekend has been tied up, but I thank God for my wife. I thank God for that she's understanding. She knows what's going on. Lord, I thank you for my wife. Man, that's 2 weekends now. It's been chaos trying to repair a vehicle, my parents' vehicle, repairing it. When I think I got some fixed, this breaks, that breaks on the vehicle, and everything. So I tell you, man, it's been tough. Then dealing with Avery itself, man. Let me say what I mean by that before somebody's crazy come on here and start thinking stupid stuff. When I said dealing with Avery, Avery is a Fortune 500 company, as big as Avery is. The little stuff that you experience over here should not be experiencing it with the fuel pumps. I mean, the fuel pumps won't work at hardly none of the terminals. There's a little black box mounted on each fuel tank, and there's a black box mounted on the pump itself. And when it gets close to each other, it's supposed to automatically send data, the truck number, the mileage on the truck and everything, so that it would turn the fuel pump on. But man, we got pumps that's got red tags on them that's not working. That's just, I don't know, it's just unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. Those are things that need to be working as big as this company is, you know. But you can get fuel in other places if you want to. You can go to the truck stops. They don't stop you from doing that. But they would prefer that you do to get fuel on the yards, because they buy it in bucks, and plus it saves them. Because once they pay for it there, they ain't got to pay for it at the yards and stuff, okay? But if you go out to the truck stop and get fuel, then now they paying for what's at the yard, and they paying for what's at the fuel stations. But that plus the shops, man. This truck, man, since I had it, the check engine light, all the meal light, all these lights been coming on. It done been in the shop. They go in and reset this or reset that, but that's just, it's like, you know, it's an old saying, when companies start neglecting their equipment, that could be a bad sign. That could be a bad sign. But for the truck, like I said, hey, it is what it is, man. I can't force them to fix it. I can refuse to drive it, but I can't force them to fix it. But everyone, oh man, as long as the stop engine light ain't on, you good, just drive it. It could be a bug in the system. Well, it could be a bug in the system, but that's something that needs to be gotten out the system, is the bug. A lot of a guy, let me reply to a guy that asked me a question, man, about it, and about the what was it, the OTL division. Man, it's a what is it? I think it's a 3 month. You have to work for Avery for 3 months before you can go on the OTL. They want to see how you run, how you make your pickups, how you make your deliveries on time, because the OTL, on tour logistics, is strictly on tour logistics. You have to roll with it. You can't be late with it. Each concert is set at a certain time.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
You have to be on time at the shows. Each truck has a time to be in his slot at that dock at a certain time. They unload in a certain order and they reload in a certain order. So it's a big responsibility. I did talk to a couple of the guys. It's like 1,800 I think it might be $18.50. Don't quote me on it. It's $18.50 set salary. Everything set salary. That's if you don't have a hazmat. If you do have a hazmat, I think it's like $21. They're requiring you to have your hazmat on OTL. And the reason why they're requiring you to have your hazmat on OTL is because, for the simple fact, when the tourist season slows down, then they put you back on truckload. Then you can pull hazmat loads on the truckload side. That's the only reason why they do it and everything. How's it going over there? I don't know anything. That's all I know about OTL. To the young man, it's anywhere from 30 days, anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days to 6 months to a year tour and everything. Yesterday when I came in here, I'm in Dallas, Texas, Grand Prairie, Texas now. When I came in here yesterday, man, there was about 20 WEW trucks in here, the wrestling trucks. There's about 15 or 10 of them, maybe 15 of them in here in the parking lot. And man, they had it packed in here, Doc. So it was kind of chaos in here yesterday, man, trying to get in here because all the spots was sold up with them guys and stuff. But they all got up this morning at 5 and looked like they done all pulled out of here. But other than that, to the young man, 6 months, 90 days. Then when you get through, get your 90 days in, they look at it. Like I said, once again, if you don't time and stuff, then they'll turn around and put you in the class and start your training. I think they have a certain time that they do training too on it and stuff. So if you want to know, call in and ask recruiting. They can tell you more about it, but you won't start straight out on OTL. Not at all. Not unless you was here doing OTL and you come back and you want to go back to it. That's the only way. But another guy asked me how was the miles over here. If you don't have a hazmat, you're going to do about 22. If you do have a hazmat, you're going to do 21. The reason being is because they're going to keep you at that 1250. That's where they're going to keep you at 1250. There are some guys out here running a dedicated account. They make a little bit more. But if you're not up there in them top numbers of drivers, you're gonna average at 1250. They're gonna keep your miles right there with 1250, where they don't have to pay that much adding to it. To long as you leave out on Sunday by noon or 8 a.m. in the Monday morning, don't turn down a load, on time delivery. Your computer, your logs is all updated, stuff like that. Don't request a last minute home time before Friday. It's stuff like that can knock you out of it. They got so many little things that can knock you out of it. So it's not even worth it, man. Just come in, run your miles, get what you can get, and be done with it. You know, because to me, you figure 1250 when they take out taxes, full 6%, full 1, and everything. You're going to be down to about 1090, 1080, somewhere along there. If you got insurance, about 1090, 1080. If you got a family, you'd be lucky to hit 1,000 a week. So it's a lot of relaying over here. The guaranteed pay, $350 and $450. The only way you're going to get it, you got to pick it up at the shipper. You got to take it to the receiver. If you pick it up off the yard, and you could be delivering here in Texas somewhere, and you pick it up off the yard to go deliver maybe 20 or 50 miles, you're only going to get that 20 and 50 miles. I think they pay $100, but that's all you're going to get. But if you pick it up at the shipper and you take it straight to the receiver, and it's under $350, they're going to bring it up to $350. If you pick up at the shipper and you take it to the receiver and it's under $450, they're going to give you the $450. That's it. That's it. And but like I said, the key to that there is you have to pick it up at the shipper and you have to deliver to the consignee. What else? As far as the equipment is concerned, that's what disappointed me the most of being back at Avery. is the equipment itself. The shop don't give a darn about the equipment. That's something that I never thought Avid would ever let go, would let get to that point where the shop neglect the equipment to pull you in to check it. For all they want to say is, oh, well, that's it. It's okay. You can run it. As long as the check engine light ain't on, you good. As long as the stop engine light ain't on, you good, you know. And like I went to 6 different shops and told them about the tires. Man, I need some tires on them. They wouldn't do it. I can't force them, but you saw what happened. The tire ended up blowing out on me on the inside, and got to the scale and was placed out of service because the tire was blown. Had I known it, I would have stopped at the rest area up the road and called a repair truck and had them to come out there and everything. But a lot of times, you know that old saying that the customer is always right? No, the customer isn't always right, but you want to give them that right to make them think that they're right. But sometimes over here, the shop people are always right. No, the shop people are not always right. Sometimes the shop people don't, because they don't drive the trucks. They just work on them. They might drive it around a lot, but the shop people are not out there on the road. They're not driving these trucks on the road. They don't feel the shaking vibration. They don't feel it when you hit your brake and pulls to the right like my truck did. When I left Bessemer, Alabama, it was pulling to the right. So when I got in, I rode it up. Come to find out, all my front brakes was out of adjustment. You could stick, with the brake set, you could stick paper in between the shoes and the drum inside. I mean, you can run paper all the way around it. So that lets you know the brakes were not touching the drums. Thank God for that. But the thing that I'm trying to get to out here, people, is not to try to make our shop people look bad or to say that Avery got faulty equipment. No, I'm not. I'm saying that it is your responsibility to check this stuff. If you feel unsafe, don't drive it. Don't drive it. Now, here's the thing about it. If you refuse to drive and they want to write you up, okay, do it. And then what happens is you got something to stand on. You've got something to stand on with contacting an attorney if you get involved in an accident due to something wrong with that truck. So that's what I'm saying. If you feel uncomfortable, they've got to try to diagnose the problem on what you're feeling. If that means they got to throw somebody in this truck and let them ride with you around the city or something to see what you're feeling, they got to do that. But if they still say, well, we can't duplicate it, we can't feel anything, I don't feel anything, okay, fine. But make sure you document all that with the shop people and who rode with you in the shop foreman, write their names down. And that way, if something happened, that's your proof. Okay? That's your proof and stuff. But it's mighty funny how you can suggest something and then you get caught at a scale and the scale master find it and put you out. Well, sir, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that you talk to your shop. It is still your responsibility to refuse to drive an unsafe piece of equipment, okay? So like I said, the moral of the story is check your equipment, people. Check your equipment. That is your equipment. You're responsible for it. Do a thorough pre-trip on your truck. And I done that to a young man that said, oh, man, he didn't do his pre-trip. That is not true, sir. I don't argue with you, but it's not true. I done a proper pre-trip, and I do one every morning. I get up. From the brake test to the switches, the heater blower, the defrost, everything. I get up under my truck. Now, if I drive this truck with a load and I stop in the rest area, then what I do then is I get out and I do my walk around. I do my walk around at night. I look up under the truck, look between the wheels, check everything. Then when I get up in the morning, I do the same thing. But I might not do a depth inspection sometime, but hey, if I got a trailer that's been giving me issues, I'm going to check that trailer. And I check my truck every morning. I do a pre-trip inspection every morning. I tip this hood over. And that's what you're supposed to do. Now, I don't crawl up under the trailer a lot sometimes and when I'm taking a load somewhere and I do an evening inspection, I crawl up under there and look. I might not crawl back up under there in the morning time and do it. No. I ain't going to lie to you on that. but I still look at my tires. I squat down and I look up under there. Make sure ain't nothing blue up under there in the middle of the night, or some wind, a box or something. But an inspection is something you have to do every day, okay? You're too grown to be out here arguing with another man about their equipment, that company equipment. But I'll be the first to throw it back up on them. Hey, man, I told y'all, blah, blah, blah. I talked to this person this day, this time. I document all of it in my little book. But, you know, like I said, but here, it's a little disappointing because I never thought Avid would get like that. If you remember my first video, I wish I could have, they can re-upload it. Like I said, I came to Avery because of some fact the uniforms, and Gary Sasser made sure that his equipment was top of the line when they left out of each terminal. Now, it's like they don't give a darn, man, on it. They'll tell you in a minute, well, it's okay, man, you just have to drive it or get it back to your yard. That's the good thing. That's one thing they love to say. Well, it's just that check light. Well, you just get it back to your yard. Which I understand why they say that is because if they got to shut the truck down, at least you're at home. I understand that. I understand that. But, man, I got 380,000 miles on this truck right now. 380,000 miles on it. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But this isn't a rant video. This isn't, to some people, it's not a rant. It's not complaining. It's just that when you work for a company this size, you want things to flow great. I mean, flow great. And it used to be like that. And like I said, this just shocks me that the pumps is not working, and they won't fix those, and you know, the bathrooms, the showers broke in there, and stuff like that. You know, little stuff, little nitpick stuff. And like I said, you can say I'm complaining if you want to. That's your choice. You can say, man, you always complaining. Go get your own. Well, that's true. I understand getting my own. I would buy my own. But look at how many owner-operators out here and what they're going through with the brokers and how the brokers are out here stealing. I believe brokers shouldn't get number 10% or whatever that rate con sheet said. They shouldn't get but 10%. They sitting at home on their computer, finding loads and everything, booking loads. They should get 10% of whatever they charge the company to pull that load. Or whatever that company pays to pull that load, the brokers should get only 10% of it. Now, y'all might say I'm wrong on that, but think about it. That's all they forget. They sitting at home. They're in the comfort of their own home in an office booking loads. So, you know, the only thing about owning your own truck is a big responsibility come with it. It do. And I'm looking into something for 2024. I am. But like the Lord said, don't tell everybody your blessing, because you can they can block your blessing. So I'm not gonna let you block mine. But you can talk about me all you want. You can talk about me all you want. My experience out here speaks for itself. My skills out here speaks for itself. My integrity speaks for itself out here. So you can say what you want to say. You know, you got every right to talk bad about the video. You got every right to write your opinion on the videos. I don't give a darn no more, man. I really don't. I really don't. They talked about Jesus. Sure did. But he kept on forming miracles. But like I said, other than this is a Tuesday morning rant. Just want to make a little rant there and fuss about my company that I work for. Fix the fuel pumps, Avery. Fix the fuel pumps. That's unacceptable. Either the sensors are needing to be cleaned off or something, or need to be replaced, or go back to the old way where you just pull up there, swipe your fuel card, turn the pump on, you know. But I know why you're doing it and everything, because you can fuel on the yard and it ain't got to be logged. That's acceptable. But at least fix the fuel pumps. Fix the fuel pumps. That's my biggest thing. Fix the fuel pumps and fix the trucks when something's wrong with them. Okay? No driver wants to be out here shut down on the side of the road. No driver wants to have to go through the scale house and get put out of service. and everything, especially after asking you all about fixing something on the truck. But other than that, this is Tuesday morning. Man, we brought the load to Dallas. And if you ever go to a company called Killer Logistics, 2020 Singleton Boulevard in Dallas, Texas. If you ever have to go there, make darn sure you take a lunch with you. Make sure, darn sure you got something in the truck to eat. Man, I got there at 7:50 yesterday morning, and I did not leave there until 4 o'clock yesterday evening. Yep. I sat there from 7:50 yesterday morning to 4 o'clock. So make sure you take your lunch. And the name of it is Killer, K-E-L-L-E-R Logistics. And there's a warehouse over there, but it's a roofing company, shingles, as well as a warehouse. So I don't know, we had to go to the back. They replacing the docks on the front of the place. I think one of our city drivers delivered over there. He said that normally you check in up front on your phone. Then you got to use your phone to check in. You know, you got to go in and call this number and then send text hello to it. And boom, they start sending you stuff, and you fill out the little sheet and everything. Just like these lazy lumpers done got, this lumper service done got. They so lazy, they want you to fill out all that stuff on your phone. That's stupid too, man. They just done got lazy, man. They done got lazy. These lumper people, man. They want you to take your phone and use it, but the company ain't paying you to do all that with your cell phone. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to do that with your cell phone. The way I see it, all my years of driving, I still said the same thing about it. When you pulling a load to a grocery DC or anywhere that requires a lumper, the driver should not have to come in contact with any currency. That should be already figured in when you deliver that load. It is the shipper's the receiver responsibility to make sure that the lumpers has been paid, or the lumpers need to get with the shipper and say, hey, this truck coming in. The shipper called the lumper service. Hey, I got a truck coming in. How much is it going to cost me to unload it? Boom, boom, boom. That's it. The driver, whether he's an owner op, lease, company driver, dedicated driver, it don't matter. He should not have to pay a lumper, period. Even though the company upfronts the check, it still shouldn't have nothing to do with a driver. Nothing. Okay? All that should be done by whoever, the shipper, when they order it, and the receiver. That should be done between them electronically. When you get there, I'll put it in door 22. Shoot. They got damage on it. They got a pallet they got to restack. It should have nothing to do with you. Nothing. A cookout in Jackson, Mississippi. And Wednesday from 14 to 20, and Thursday in Memphis. See, they have these cookouts that, you know, they know most of the drivers won't be able to get by there. So, but anyway, you should have nothing to do with that. You should have nothing to do with, no money should be transacted between the driver and the receiver. None. It should be all done by electronically. When the customer books the load with the shipper turns around and sends it to the receiver. All that should be done. But that's just Scoob thinking in it and everything. Tell me how you feel about it. But I feel that drivers shouldn't have nothing to do with lumper money. None. Nothing. Pull it in. If you got a pallet leaning to the side, they take a picture, restack it, send it to the cost to the shipper, and that's it. The shipper takes care of it and pays them. Or it's the receiver's product. Why don't the receiver pay it? They the one ordered it. You know, but hey, it is what it is. But y'all, let me get in here. I'm going to get in here and fix me a breakfast sandwich and everything so I can be ready to get out of here when they start. But y'all have a safe and blessed week. Excuse me. I'll be back later on tonight. As soon as I find out where I'm going. Right now, I don't know. They hadn't sent me a load yet. So, y'all be careful. Be safe. Keep the good Lord with you in everything you do and say. And continue to keep Scooby-Doo and my wife in your prayers. we'll do the same for each and every one of you all. I got something I want to talk to y'all about tonight. So be back tonight. We're going to talk about it, man. It was given to me and asked me would I speak on it. And I think I will. I will speak on it because I have done that and everything. So see you tonight. We'll talk some more about that tonight, all right? But continue to keep the good Lord with you in everything you do and say. And once again, keep Scooby-Doo and my wife in your prayers. We'll do the same for each and every one of you all. We love you. We thank God for you. And continue to keep my boy Michael Dunning in your prayers, man. Keep him in your prayers. He's still going through the steps and everything. But keep him in your prayers that he may have a speedy recovery and everything, okay? But other than that, this your boy Scooby-Doo. We'll talk to you then.